Okay. Sorry about that. It's live. So I'm going to wait and see. I don't know how long it'll take for Christy to jump back in. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Connecting. Hi.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, now I can. Yes.
Oh my God.
Like the most crucial information is cutting out. So maybe back it up a minute.
Yeah, let's rewind.
Okay, cool.
So I definitely, we mentioned virtually talking to a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I also mentioned writing your symptoms down, writing your pain down, because again, for POC entering, you kind of do get shell shocked, and it's a fast-paced environment, and you kind of are like, already, again, like I said, the subconsciousness, you feel discouraged. And sometimes, for me, this has happened for me. I went to the ER and forgot half of the things that were happening to me because I was thinking about all the other things that could possibly go wrong. So writing it down before you leave the house and having it in your back pocket, and even if you don't want to give it to the doctor, but just to read for yourself, is always a great thing. And there's this conversation is so deep regarding the racial disparities, and there are, to support this conversation, if anyone wants to know, that there are books that can carry this on, and there's a book called Just Medicine, a cure for racial inequality of American healthcare by...
I'm gonna write these down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just Medicine?
Yeah, Just Medicine. It's a cure for racial inequality in American healthcare by Dana Bowen Matthews.
Okay.
And another great recommendation that can carry this conversation is Medical Apartheid by Harriet Washington.
Okay.
Both great. Like this conversation we're having is like a starter pack, but those books really carry on and dissect how Black and brown people are feeling, how they're being treated, the systems that are in place that again keep us in fear of even going to get help, and that's something that we don't want. And again, talking about how the racial trainings focus on reducing the racial disparities when we need to focus on removing it.
Right. Do you think, in hearing you talk about the training, I'm wondering if it's just like, it's about living it and not so much about completing a training course.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah. It's, and I think it's, unfortunately, it's kind of checking it off a list. Hey, we did this, but there has to be action involved when it comes to any kind of training. There has to be action involved. We can talk about it all day, but if we don't have some kind of solution, if we don't break down those barriers, we're going to continue to lose Black and brown people, and this pandemic, I mean, this has always happened for any kind of devastating medical issue where Black and brown people are always, the numbers are just alarming. And how long are we going to continue to see this? Like, we can't wait for the next pandemic for this to happen. So it's really important for us to focus on what we can do for Black and brown communities. And again, that reminder that it's not the oppressed fault for getting sick. That's the biggest reminder. And I know a lot of people feel that way, because at times I felt that way. This is my fault. If something happens to me, it's my fault. But it's not. And again, I think with privilege comes responsibility, and I have privilege and I have responsibility, which is why I wanted to start the support group, because I knew that with any kind of platform, with any kind of voice, that we can have a bigger conversation, and the people in my community can be seen by one another, and what they were seeking when they were in the ER, they can get validation in community with us.
What's the process for people to join the support group?
So there's a link in my bio, and so we do it by numbers. So the first 15, pretty much the first 15 a day will be swept in. And there's a co-admin, so it's me or co-admin, and they handle all of the pretty much vetting, because we do get time. So pretty much vetting and the rules. There's rules when you sign up, just so that we don't scare people. And there's no medical advice within the group, but there are medical professionals, and even the medical kind of advice. But it's also for them to vent. So it's pretty much different channels. Caretaker, if you are someone that lost someone to COVID, you can join. It's if you have victories and success, which is something that I love, which is something that gave me hope while I was sick. Those success stories bring everyone in the group that feel discouraged hope that there's light.
Oh shoot, the signal's going out again. We can hear you though, Christy, but it's just, oh, there, now you're back. Are you there? Yeah.
So yeah,
could hear everything. It just got frozen. Yes. Oh no.
Oh, it got frozen.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see. It feels like it's like it gets
and you got those books
to like catch up to you in real time. Okay, now you're back.
Am I back?
Okay, great. I think so. It cuts out a little bit, but we could hear all of your audio.
And yeah, and to carry this conversation, important. But again, to carry this conversation, those books that I mentioned are really, really important, and dissect more into this conversation. And I re-advise and recommend everyone to read those books.
Yeah, I'll post,
because again, this is like a starter pack. This is an introduction into something that is
sync now.
That's really important and something that's damaging. No, it's okay. Great. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I think I covered so much, and like, there's so many people that have these stories, and it's just important to them. And oh, you cut out. No, you're back.
I cut out. I know the signal. This is the thing I love about live.
Can you hear me?
We don't know. Anything can happen.
Okay, great.
Yeah. People are saying maybe if you disconnect another device, but I don't know how that works. I don't know how I don't know technology.
Ah!
I know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Is there anything else, just since the signal's cutting out, that you want to add or wrap up with?
Okay.
But otherwise, I feel like you covered everything we talked about on the phone that feels really important and
anything can happen.
Shoot, it cut out again. Okay, I'm gonna end and we'll do a wrap up. Oh, wait. Yeah, we will. Okay, I don't know. We're not talking.